good. All right. First off, we want to give all praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah.
Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings and salutations to all the Akim on the highways and byways, pushing his word with truth and sincerity. Okay. It's the brother Benaiah.
It's Aina.
Ma'ikabash.
Okay. We want to get into a quick lesson, going into how America is spiritually Sodom, man, and comparing, the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, and how those people lived in that day to what's going on in America right now. Okay. We want to start off, with Genesis 19.
This is Genesis 19, verse 1. And there came two angels to Sodom at even, and Lot sat in the gate of Sodom. And Lot, seeing them, rose up to meet them, and he bowed himself with his face toward the ground. Verse 2, and he said, Behold now, my lords, turn in, I pray you, into your servant's house, and tarry all night, and wash your feet, and ye shall rise up early and go on your ways. And they said, Nay, but we will abide in the street all night.
Come. So, Lot wanted the angels to abide with him, He didn't want the angels to go out in the street, you know what I'm saying? Because Lot knew what was going on at that time, He knew all the filthy abominations that the people was committing, okay?
Verse 3, and he pressed upon them greatly, and they turned in unto him, and entered into his house. And he made them a feast, and did bake unleavened bread, and they did eat.
Okay, so he pressed upon them greatly, okay? Lot begged him, man, hey, please come, just, my lords, just come in here and come into my house, and abide here, Like I said, Lot already knew what was going to happen, He already knew what was going on and how those people were, okay?
Verse 4, but before they lay down, the men of the city, even the men of Sodom, can pass the house round, both old and young, all the people from every quarter. And they called unto Lot, and said unto him, Where are the men which came into thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them.
Come. So they wanted to know the angels, man. Okay, meaning they wanted to have sex with the angels. Okay. Keep going, brother.
Come. Verse 6, and Lot went out at the door unto them, and shut the door after him. Verse 7, and said, I pray you, brethren, do not so wickedly.
Okay, Lot tried to beg these people, Hey, bro, don't do this, man. Okay, don't commit this filthy act, man. Okay, that you're lusting to do. Okay.
Are you looking for Leviticus 20? I got you. 20 and 13. This is Leviticus chapter 20, verse 13. If a man also lie with mankind, as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them.
Gone. Okay. It said that they had committed a bond. If a man lied with a man, like he was supposed to lie down with a woman. Okay. When you lie down with a woman, you're supposed to have sex with her. Okay. When another man's laid down with another man, that's he's committing an abomination. And committing an abomination is what was it, brother?
It's a detestable thing. Detestable thing in the eyes of the Most High.
Gone.
Abomination is wickedness, which is punishable by death, man.
Mm-hmm.
If you land with a man laying with another man, which goes to show you how America, being the fact that it's legal over here to lay with a man, for a man to lay with another man, for a man to publicly show intimacy as if he would with a woman, he can do that over here with another man, and it's legal, and it's not punishable by death. It's not punishable at all.
They have rights.
They have rights. They have more rights than the so-called African American straight man or any nation, but especially us, because the Edomite homosexual is gonna get 20 times more rights than an Israelite man.
Come on, brother. Like you said, man, this is uplifting. Okay. It's uplifting, man. They passing laws for this stuff to be taught to our children in these schools, man. Okay, but this is supposed to be a God-fearing country, they say. Okay, This America, so-called America, was supposed to be founded on the laws of the Bible, so they say. Okay, but do you see them passing? Do you see them upholding any of these righteous laws of Yahweh Shem Yahushua? Hell no, man. Okay, and just like these Christians, Christianity pushes that no sin is bigger than the other. Basically trying to justify being a homosexual, man. All right, when the scripture in Leviticus clearly said, man, it's an abomination, man. It's a detestable thing. Okay.
I got a precept. This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 9. The show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Now this is talking about the wicked Israelites. This Isaiah was prophesying against the wicked Israelites at this time. Okay, but where does Israel get its wickedness from? Okay, in John chapter 8, verse 44, when Yahushua told the wicked scribes and the Pharisees, "Ye are of your father the devil," who was that referring to? It was referring to the so-called white man, to Esau, man. Okay, that's where our people get their wicked ways from today. They follow after the gods of these other nations. So this really applies to the Edomites primarily, okay, because they openly are declaring their sin, and pridefully defying the laws of the Most High.
Come, brother, like you say, pridefully, man. They have a month, dedicated to that, call it Gay Pride Month, man. Well, they all through America, man. They out in the streets, you know what I mean? Declaring, like the brother said, man, declaring their sins of Sodom and Gomorrah, man. They happily do this, man. This is uplifted here, man. Like I said about Christianity, man, they say, well, God loves everybody, That's not true, man. Okay? Like God loves homosexuals, man. No. You will not find that in the scriptures, man. Okay, brother.
Come, brother. This is Ecclesiastes or Sirach, chapter 15, verse 13. Yahweh hated all abomination, and they that...
You said Yahweh hated all abominations, man. Okay? Like the brother pulled that in Leviticus 20 and 13, man. A man lying down with another man, man, that's an abomination, man. Okay? And the Most High hates that. Okay?
And they that fear Yahweh love him not.
Okay? They that fear Yahweh love him not. Okay? So if you claiming to know the Most High and follow the Most High, man, you're supposed to hate that stuff too, man. Okay?
What was that you just read?
That was Ecclesiastes 15, verse 13.
15 and 13,
Yeah, man. Okay? So if you claim to be a follower of the Most High, man, you're supposed to hate that too, man. Okay? It said love the scripture say love the good and hate the evil, man. Okay? And that's evil, man.
Yep.
All right, look, we got something.
We can go back to Genesis.
This is Genesis chapter 19, verse 8. Behold, now I have 2 daughters which have not known man. Let me, I pray you, bring them out unto you, and do ye to them as is good in your eyes.
Okay, so Lot offered his own 2 daughters up, man. Okay, fresh virgins, man. Like he said, they never knew a man, man. Okay, and he told them, man, hey, take my daughters, man. You can do what you want to do with them. Okay, keep going with them.
Only unto these men do nothing, for therefore they came under the shadow of my roof.
Okay, but unto these men do nothing, man. Okay, you can have my daughters, man. Okay, y'all can do whatever y'all want to, man. Okay. Keep going with
verse 9. And they said, stand back. And they said again, this one fellow came in to sojourn, and he will needs be a judge. Now will we deal worse with thee than with them.
Okay, so they told Lot, hell no, man, get back. Okay, we want some booty. We want some man's butt. Okay.
And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
Okay, so Lot, brother, they said we're gonna do worse to you, Lot. Then what we gonna do to them if you don't give them to us, man? Okay? To show you how wicked these people was, man. All right?
And they pressed sore upon the man, even Lot, and came near to break the door.
Okay, they were trying to beat the damn door down, trying to get to him, man. Okay? Burning in their lust, man. Okay? Their filthy act, man, that they was imagining and that they wanted to commit. Okay?
But the men put forth their hand and pulled Lot into the house to them and shut to the door.
Okay, so the angels pull Lot back in the house, man, and close the door, man.
And they, verse 11, and they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness, both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door.
Okay, the angels, what did it say, brother?
It said, yeah, verse 11 again. It says, and they smote the men that were at the door of the house with blindness.
Okay, smote them with blindness, man. Made them blind. Okay, keep going, brother.
Both small and great, so that they wearied themselves to find the door.
Okay, these wicked ass niggas were still trying to find the door, man. You just sitting up there blind, wondering, trying to find the door, man. Okay, that's how wicked these niggas was, man. They were still trying to get some booty, man. Okay.
Verse 12, and the men said unto Lot, hast thou here any besides son-in-law, and thy sons, and thy daughters, and whatsoever thou hast in the city, bring them out of this place.
Okay, so the angel said, man, fuck this, man. Lot, bro, who you got? Who you got, man? You your family, you know what I'm saying? You need to get them together, man. Okay.
Verse 13, for we will destroy this place because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh has sent us to destroy it.
Hey, that's right, man. Angels was sent to destroy this place, man. Okay. Like the brother had said, man, death angels, man. Okay.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 5. It says, I'm gonna start at verse 4. It says, for if the Most High spared not the angels that sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness, to be reversed unto the day, to be reversed unto judgment, where I was talking about us being cast down from our estate of basically righteousness with the Heavenly Father when we were in the garden, to now being subject to vanity, being under the law of sin. Okay, which is when we're in this flesh we go up. All right, it says, and spare not the old world, but saved Noah, the eighth person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing the flood upon the world of the ungodly, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an ensample unto those that after should live ungodly. So the reason why this story still is being preached and taught today is because this story that we're reading is made to be an example unto those that living ungodly. Okay? And today we have those that are still living ungodly. So that's how the story of Sodom and Gomorrah applies to 2018. That's why it's important to teach our people about this story, because it shows the judgment of the Most High. When you go and do whatever the hell you want to do and don't think that anybody's going to recompense you for it, you're going to get a sore destruction. And that's what's coming to America. That's what's coming to America, because America is in that same spirit of not expecting judgment, but it's about to receive judgment. Not because it's a perfect place, or because it's God bless America, or Donald Trump is president. It's because it has it's full of abominations. Okay? It says, verse 7, it says, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked. For that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. And that's how we feel every day in this kingdom, man. We go on World Star Hip Hop or Facebook, or you just go on watch the news. You see a homosexual Jake trying to rob a candy store, some crazy shit, man.
Even at our job, bro. You know, we are forced to work with these people, man. Okay, and like I said, it's uplifted. Okay, and homosexuals, you know, living that lifestyle, man. You get benefits, man. Okay, you get the best job positions. Okay, we like the job I do, man. Okay, I have to work with a homosexual, man. That's very vexing. Okay, just like it said, Lot vexed his spirit, man. Okay, like the brother said, man, we are vexed every day with this shit, man. Okay,
but you see how it said he was delivered. You know, he was delivered out of that contrary to everybody else who was living in their wickedness. So that's why there's a division between those who are living in Sodom and Gomorrah, spiritually living in Sodom and Gomorrah, and those who are perpetuating that energy. We hope to be separated from that. That's why we want the destruction of this place. Okay? And you see how they wanted to kill Lot. They wanted to get rid of him because he wasn't wicked like them.
Oh.
They put more hell on him because he wasn't wicked. Okay? Does that ring a bell? You guys gonna see your precept, bro?
Yeah, this is Galatians 6 verse 7. It's going to how the brother said these people don't think that their wickedness will get a recompense. Be not deceived. This is Galatians 6 and 7. Be not deceived. Yahweh is not mocked. For whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap.
Come on, brother.
Come. So so if you sow wickedness, you're gonna get what comes with being wicked, which is destruction.
Yeah. You'll reap that destruction, man. Okay.
You got something else? Y'all want to go back to Genesis?
Yeah, we can go to Genesis.
Okay. Guys, I can continue. What verse were you on? Genesis 19 and oh, you got it? Okay.
This is Genesis chapter 19, verse 14. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons. Or I'm gonna start at verse 13 again. Slakia. For we would this is verse 13. For we will destroy this place, because the cry of them is waxing great before the face of Yahweh, and Yahweh has sent us to destroy it. And Lot went out and spake unto his sons-in-law, which married his daughters, and said, Up, get ye out of this place, for Yahweh will destroy this city. But he seemed as one that mocked unto his sons-in-law.
Okay, so Lot when they tried to warn his sons-in-law. Okay, but they weren't trying to hear it. They Lot, get on, man. Okay, man, the Lord ain't about to destroy this place. Okay, but them niggas, it was basically in that same mind frame, man. They didn't want to leave. Okay. Keep going, bro.
Verse 15. And when the morning arose, then the angels hastened Lot, saying, Arise and take thy wife and thy 2 daughters, which are here, lest thou be consumed in the iniquity of the city. And while he lingered, the men laid hold upon his hand, and upon the hand of his wife, and upon the hand of his 2 daughters, Yahweh being merciful unto him. And they brought him forth and set him without the city.
Okay, so the angels had took Lot and his wife, and his daughter, okay, and guided them out the city, man. Okay, because they was getting ready to destroy that place.
In verse 17, and it came to pass, when they had brought them forth abroad, that he said, Escape for thy life, look not behind thee, neither stay thou in all the plain. Escape to the mountain, lest thou be consumed. And Lot said unto them, O not, my lord. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast showed unto me, in saving my life. And I cannot escape to the mountain, lest some evil take me, and I die.
Okay. So
Lot was a little worried about going far out to the mountains and to the wilderness, because back then you had a lot more wild animals, snakes, lions, bears. Imagine just going and dipping. You think, oh, that's not a big deal. Shoot, try to go walking in the woods. For one night. Spending a night out there in the wilderness ain't no joke. So he didn't want to be overtaken. Somebody, very vulnerable. Somebody might have been able to easily kill him and his family. So he was worried. He didn't want to go to the mountains.
Verse 20. Behold, now this city is near to flee unto, and it is a little one. Oh, let me escape thither. Is it not a little one? And my soul shall live.
Right. So he's begging the angel, Babu Shah, let me just go to this little tiny city right here. It's a small one. It's not a whole bunch of people in it. Spare that city, Babu Shah, for my sake, so me and my family can rest. And we can be spared from this destruction that you're going to bring upon Sodom and Gomorrah and the other neighboring cities that's in this area.
Verse 21. And he said unto him, See, I have accepted thee concerning this thing, that I will not overthrow the city for the which thou hast spoken.
Right, and so for the sake of Lot, that specific little town was, was spared. You know, Most High didn't destroy that one.
Haste thee, escape thither, verse 22. For I cannot do anything till thou be come thither. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. Verse 23, the sun was risen upon the earth when Lot entered Zor. Then Yahweh rained upon Sodom and Gomorrah brimstone and fire from Yahweh out of heaven. And he overthrew those cities and all the plain and all the inhabitants of the cities and that which grew upon the ground.
Okay. Hey, Most High killed everything, man, even the grass, man. Okay. It's still to this day nothing grows in those cities, man. Okay. And you know that's sloppy. That's the judgment that's gonna ultimately come to America, man. Okay. Living proudly, you know what they do is not will spirit. Okay.
Yeah, man. It's gonna be a desert. The scriptures talk about how it's going to be inhabited by creeping things and basically desert animals. Okay, and that's talking about America. When the Most High comes back to avenge His people, America is going to be left in desolation. We're going to be able to have no cattle over here, you know, to have a grazing prairie land. It's going to be destitute. You got a precept from? I got one.
Okay.
All right, this is Luke chapter 17, verse 29. It says, but the same day, I'm going to read this again. Luke chapter 17, verse 29. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven. You know what? I'm going to start at verse 28. All right, it says, likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, and bought, they sold, they planted, and they builded. What's going on right now? Constantly seeing construction, lanes shut down for Esau to build another highway, or you're going to build another mall, or you're building this, you're building that. Okay? You're planning for the future, 20, 50, 170 years ahead. Okay? We don't even know if we got 17 more months, 17 more weeks in this place, man. You know, with all the things that's going on geopolitically, it could collapse at any moment, man. This thing could pop off. Okay? Plenty of test runs have been done, man. Okay, so we hope to see that day where it collapses, man, sooner than later. But right now, we know that we're in those times because they're not doing anything. Esau not doing anything but chilling, man. And these other nations ain't doing nothing but basically thinking that this place is going to continue on. Verse 29, it says.
This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They called it.
Start over one more time.
This is Psalms 49 and 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Hey, like the brother bringing out, man. Okay, these people just living life, man. Okay, thinking nothing's gonna happen, man. Okay, like the brother said, planning for the future, 2050. You know, trying to get their kids' college funds built up, man. Okay, just living life, man. Okay.
That's it, bro. Wow. Verse 29, it says, but the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all. And that same thing how the elect is when the elect gets delivered, man, from Babylon the Great, then the Most High is going to come and destroy this place with thermonuclear fire, man. Okay? The Most High is going to put the spirit on these nations to shoot missiles upon themselves, man. Okay? And America is going to be destroyed. Okay? America, these other nations got the most beef with America, and they getting tired. They getting tired of this whore, man. They riding on the beast. All right? With that golden cup of philosophies. It says, and this is the proof right here. It says, verse 30. Uh, even thus even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. Okay? So when Yahushua come back, it's going to be just like that. It's saying there's going to be another situation similar to Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Okay, and this was thousands of years down the line when this happened, man. I mean, between the time of Sodom and Gomorrah and Yahushua saying this, okay. Well, have there been any recorded events of anything like Sodom and Gomorrah happening from the time of Yahushua up until now? No. So we know what's going to come in the future. Otherwise, the Messiah is a liar. You see, and then you can't call yourself a Christian. You know. But anyway, you have some, or we can go back to Genesis.
I think it was Genesis.
We read verse 25.
No, we didn't, brother.
Oh, yeah, I think he said open. Yeah. We read verse 25. Okay, cool. Yeah, you got precepts. I got one too if you don't have one. All right. This is Romans chapter 1 and let me see verse 24. Yeah. Romans chapter 1 and 24 says, wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. Jeremiah, and we get Isaiah 13 last. Verse 25, it says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Tawad. For this cause, the Most High gave them up unto vile affections.
Okay, so like your brother, I didn't cut you off. Yeah, man, the Most High gave you up to these vile affections, man. Okay, to that perverse spirit that he mingled in Egypt, man. Okay, and one of those philosophies that Esau pushes out is that you're born gay. Okay, you know, I was born in I'm a man born in a woman's body. Okay, that's bullshit, man. Okay, the scriptures say in Matthew, you know, he made them male and female, man. Okay, so if you were born a male, man, that's what the Most High wanted you to be, man. Okay, if you was born a woman, that's what the Most High wanted you to be, man. Okay, but that's just that wine that Esau is pushing out, man. Okay, and like it said, man, the Most High gave you over to that perverse spirit that he mingled in Egypt, man. Okay, you keep going, bro.
It says, verse 26. It says, for this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections, for even their woman did change the natural use into that which is against nature.
Okay, and how is it against nature, man? Okay, they say the woman changed the use, man. Okay, became dykes, became lesbians, man. Okay, and a woman natural use, man. Okay, is to lay down with a man and bear his children. Okay.
Yeah, man. What kind of spirit do you have to have on you? Do you have a Holy Spirit on you, or do you have a wicked spirit on you in order to basically use a woman for anything other than, you know, that one hole that the Most High gave her, man? You know, you're gonna do the other hole. You know what I'm saying? Women on women, like you said, dykes and all that stuff. Where do women have the so-called freedom to do that? What is the main? If you want to be a dyke freak bitch, what's the first place that's gonna pop up in your mind? If you anywhere in the world, if you in Asia, if you in New Zealand, anywhere, you gonna think, oh, I can go America and do that shit.
Brother.
Come on, man. This place is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Verse 27, Romans 1 and 27. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another. Okay? And so this was going on. This was going on during the time of Paul as well. Okay, and it's going on today. It's going on today, man. And so we know that this place is through because we saw what happened to Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, and read this last part of the verse. It says, "Men with men, working that which is unseemly Unseemly meaning shameful or indecent. So Paul was against homosexuality, man. Okay? That's right. He was against homosexuality. The Bible speaks out against homosexuality.
That's right, brother.
Okay?
Okay.
And bestiality and pedophilia and all that BS, man.
Hey, but you ain't gonna hear this in church, man. Okay? You're not gonna hear what the brother reading right now in the Christian church, man. Okay? Hey,
The reason for that is because if the pastor taught about homosexuality in the church, the women that pay him they're not gonna leave. I'm sorry, they're not gonna continue to stay. They're gonna go somewhere else where they can hear some smooth things.
Yeah, bro. Hey. The scripture says something about they have itchy ears.
Yeah, they have itching ears. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. They lead captive silly women. Man. People are foolish. I'm gonna finish this verse. It says, "Men with men, working that which is unseemly." All right. And this is Romans 1:27. In the middle of the verse, it says, "And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meet. So the reward of their transgression was fair." It's gonna be fair when the Most High, is gonna overtake them. Man, we're gonna see how fun it is to be a homosexual and how free you are and all these rights that you got when the Most High destroy you, man.
Oh. And they receiving some of their recompense now, man. What comes with being a homosexual, man? A lot of these diseases, man. Okay, AIDS and herpes. Okay, just to name a few. All right. And there's a lot of these undercover jakes, you know, that don't want to come out the closet, you know, and they popping women. Okay, popping women too, man. They spreading these diseases. That's why we got all these diseases now, man. Okay.
Got demons on it,
Yeah, come on, brother.
man. You got somebody got a precept?
Hold on, let me read this. This is Romans chapter 1.
Okay.
Jump down to 32. Okay, come on, bro.
You said Romans
1 and 32.
1 and 33?
32, brother.
32.
Come.
It's Romans chapter 1, verse 32. It says, "Who, knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death."
We'll read that one more time, bro. One more time.
Romans chapter 1, verse 32. It says, "Who, knowing the judgment of the Most High,
Knowing the judgment of the Most High,
that they which commit such things
commit those filthy abominations, man. Those filthy acts, man. Those unseemly acts, man. Laying down with another man, okay? A woman laying down with another woman, okay? Bestiality, okay? Pedophilia, man, okay? Keep going, brother.
it says, are knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them."
Come on, brother. Have pleasure in them that do them. Let me get this word pleasure in Greek, brother. Come on. Strong's G 4909, son of the KO, okay? And it means to be pleased together with, to approve together with others, to be pleased at the same time with, consist, to agree, okay? And that I brought that up because there's a lot of you niggas, man, that they say, well, long as they don't bring that, I don't care if they get, long as they don't bring that over here, you know, long as they don't bother me, okay? You niggas is consistent with that shit, man. Okay? And you gonna get the same death these niggas gonna get, man. Okay? You gonna get the same death, man. Alright? Cause you agreed with that, man. You agreed with that abomination, man. When you should have been standing up, man, and telling those people, you know what I'm saying, you commit a filthy act, man. Okay? And the Most High ain't down with it.
Right. And we don't openly condemn the homosexuals that we see, for example, at our jobs and stuff like that. But we do speak out against it, man. We're speaking out against it right now. Okay, YouTube is a platform that it is appropriate to push that energy and that vibration out on anyway. So when we speaking out against these things, man, it's important to remember that the Most High sees that we're standing up for His word. Okay, and so He has pleasure in that. All right. Who got Jeremiah 49?
I got you, brother. What's your what verse?
We wrote it down. 49:17.
49:17. Okay, this is Jeremiah 49:17. Also, Edom shall be a desolation. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all its plagues thereof. Keep going, brother.
All right. So right now we're jumping to Jeremiah. Talks about Edom, right? Edom is going to be astonished, and you said it's going to do what? For all the plagues?
Slaughter. Everyone that goeth by it shall be astonished, and shall hiss at all the plagues thereof.
Right. So they're going to shake their head. They're going to suck their teeth when they see the plagues of Edom, of the Edomites, of the so-called white man. When the other nations and when we see the destruction of the so-called white man, we're gonna be like, damn, they got hit hard. Like how Egypt looked at, like how Israel looked at Egypt when Egypt was getting hit with all the plagues, and Israel was chilling. Their cattle was cool. It was a sunny day, and then 25 miles over there to the left, man, you got hail. You know what I'm saying? Frogs, swarms of flies and gnats everywhere, man. All hell breaking loose. But we gonna eat in that day. Okay? Because if you go up a verse, okay. If you go up a verse, in verse 16 it said, "Thy terribleness hath deceived thee, and the pride of thine heart, O thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, that holdest the height of the hill, though thou shouldest make thy nest as high as the eagle, I will bring thee down from thence, saith Yahweh." So what country or what group of people or what nation has lifted itself up as high as a nest that's in a tree? What nation represents itself by an eagle?
Oh, God, man.
The Americans, the United States of America, okay? And the Edomites rule the United States of America, okay? So why are we bringing this out? Go ahead and read verse 18, Bible shot.
God, this is Jeremiah chapter 49, verse 18. As in the overthrowing of Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities thereof, saith Yahweh, no man shall abide there, neither shall the Son of Man dwell in it.
Right, so the Most High is going to bring such a severe punishment and such a serious destruction to America, the proud nation that lifts itself up on high. It's going to be like the destruction of Sodom and Gomorrah. And how was Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighboring cities destroyed? It was destroyed by fire and brimstone. Okay, just like how it's prophesied that America is going to be destroyed by thermonuclear fire. Okay? You got something?
Yeah.
This is Jude chapter 1 verse 7, and it's only one chapter in Jude. Even as Sodom and Gomorrah and the cities about them, in like manner giving themselves over to fornication.
Okay, giving themselves over to fornication, man. Okay, these people all throughout America is giving themselves up to their own lust, man. Okay, fornication, going after these other gods, you know. Keep going, brother.
And going after strange flesh.
Going after strange flesh, man. Okay, becoming homosexuals, man. Okay, becoming dykes and lesbians. You know?
Are set forth for an example, suffering the vengeance of eternal fire.
Okay, it's set forth as an example, man. Okay, hey, man, why you think the Most High did that to Sodom and Gomorrah, man? For an example, man, of how not to be, man. Okay, but do Esau, you know, give a damn? Hell no, man, because he's the wicked. Okay, his job is to be the devil, man. Okay, and to push out his philosophies, man. Get you drunk on his philosophies, man, to turn you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans away from the Most High, man. Okay, their righteous way to be. Okay, and when he does that, man, hey, it's over, man. Okay, you gonna get that same judgment as Sodom and Gomorrah, man. Okay, you gonna get that eternal fire, man. Okay, the scripture says this smoke is gonna go up forever, man. All right, you got something, brother?
Yeah. I can get this in Isaiah 13.
Okay.
You do?
What verse you want me to start?
Verse 19.
This is Isaiah 13, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty. This is Isaiah chapter 13, verse 19. And Babylon, the glory of kingdoms, the beauty of the Chaldees' excellency, shall be as when Yahweh overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah.
Okay? So Babylon, the great, okay, America in the scriptures is going to be thrown down like Sodom and Gomorrah was thrown down. Okay? Because of his pride, because of his wickedness against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man, and his people. Okay? It's really simple, man. You know.
Verse.
So you can keep reading, yeah, go ahead.
Verse 20. It shall never be inhabited, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. Neither shall the Arabian pitch tent there, neither shall the shepherds make their fold there.
Right, so it's never going to be inhabited. After the Most High destroys it, it's no longer going to be able to live. You know, you're no longer going to be able to live there. Okay? And Babylon, the modern day Iraq, definitely has millions of people in it as we speak. Okay? This is an unfulfilled prophecy. This is talking about spiritual Sodom, spiritual Babylon. Okay? The scriptures talk about Babylon the Great in the book of Revelation. Okay? So it says it's talking about another Babylon. So the point is, where is that? Where is Babylon the Great? What nation, if it's not America, what nation is it? You know? It is Babylon the Great, man. Okay? Because the philosophies of America have been spread to all nations. All the nations have drunk of that wine of the cup of our fornication. Let me get that real quick. Let's share a precept, bro. In Revelation chapter 17 and 2. Okay? It says, with whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication. So he carried me. Well, that's okay. The one that whore that sit in the it sitteth upon many waters in verse 1 is America. Okay, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication, meaning the kings of the earth, these different nations, have taken on the adoption of America's philosophies of homosexuality, okay, and the like abominations, okay, which is why this place is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, okay, Egypt because it has had the Israelites in captivity, which are the Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Sodom because the massive amount of abominations that it does on a daily basis, man. Okay, and then let's see here. I'm gonna drop down to verse 5. It says, "And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon." Okay, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. So we see it right there, man, that this is talking about another Babylon. This is not talking about the ancient land of Babylon. This is talking about a mystery, and the Lord reveals his secrets to his servants, the prophets. We understand through prophecy that this is talking about America. Okay? Everybody else, anything else? So I brought this up. This was an edifying lesson. The point of it was, again, to highlight that America is the new Sodom and Gomorrah, just like how it's the new Egypt and it's the new Babylon. Okay, and it's going to be destroyed like Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Right. We know that because we read in Jeremiah the 49th chapter that Edom, is going to be a perpetual desolation, and it's going to be destroyed like how Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed. Okay? And so we pray for that day to come sooner and sooner, man, and for these for the mark of the beast to be made mandatory, so we can go ahead and reject it, you know. And Lord willing, you know, we're those men who will be saved out of this place. All right. So, and with that, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and salutations to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom.
Shalom.